Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, February 11th. Welcome. I hope y'all have had a great week. It's been a week full of the joys of working around here. It's that time of year. It is tax time, so that is our life right now. I did finally make it to the eye doctor to get a new eye exam. He upped part of my prescription quite a bit. I wear progressive lenses because I need up-close reading correction and I need distance correction, but nothing in the middle. Yeah, that's a joy. My distance only needed a minor little tweak. He really didn't even have to change it, but since I was there, he went ahead and did anyway. My up close needed a lot, which he assures me that I will not need to wear my glasses and cheaters at the same time when I stitch once my new glasses come in. So, we'll see. We'll see how the glasses, my new ones, look when they come in. I let Dax make the decision. We'll see if he was mad at me yesterday and wasn't letting me know or something. Because, I don't know. If they look crazy, we'll know that. I got ones with, because he did bump the prescription on the reading so much, the lenses are a little bit bigger because I wanted to make sure that they had room to move from one prescription to the other and leave me a little bit of mid-range vision. But they're not Sally Jesse Raphael glasses by any means. I know a lot of y'all are too young to know what that means, but look it up. I did not do that. Anyway, I did get a little bit of stitching done this week. A little bit. Out of this magazine, for the Cross Stitching Country Crafts, November, December of 1988. I'm doing this little Santa. I'm doing it for ornaments for my kids. So the intention is to do 4 of them. This is where I am right now. I know it doesn't look like much, but with any luck, it will get there. It will work in the, because I'm going to frame them in a cookie cutter with a string to hang them up as ornaments. So hopefully my plan will actually work this time. They don't always. And then I'll be stitching 3 more of them. Yeah, I am knocking things down out here today, all over the place. I recorded this video earlier and knocked stuff just everywhere. And it's been the craziest week. I was working on my Easter cracker piece. I needed more floss from the brown color that the letters are in. Couldn't find the bobbin that it was on to save my life. I looked in the bag for that project. I looked in the bag for every other project that was anywhere in the vicinity of it. I looked on the desk, on the floor, under me, on me. Couldn't find it anywhere. I gave up, moved to something else to work on for a little bit. The next morning when I came out, that bobbin of floss was right in the bag, on top of everything else, right where it should have been. I lost a needle, later found a needle, now I've lost another one. I've looked everywhere, I can't find it. It'll be sitting in plain sight tomorrow or the next day. It's ridiculous. Maybe it's possessed out here, I don't know. Anyway, I worked on this one. Deliver me from evil, but leave my chocolate alone. this one is my new start for the beginning of February. It is out of this For the Love of Cross Stitch, which is from March of 1992. I think last week I had this done, just this little Sunday dish. So I got all this done. And as you can see, I decided to outline as I go because there's quite a bit of outlining, and I was afraid I would hate it if I left it. So if I finish a piece that doesn't have something else in contact with it, then I'll go ahead and outline it. I did on the root beer float, and I'll outline the ice cream sandwich here. On the foot, I won't outline it yet because his body and other hand and stuff will touch that. So I'll work on that. And I'll keep working on this until next Sunday the 18th, when I will move on to my next new start. I'm liking it. I think it's coming out pretty quickly. I like things where I can see progress quickly. And I worked on, this one has been kind of, I guess you could call it my focal piece. It's the one that I listen to a Bible study in the morning, and this is the one that I work on while I'm doing that. That way I know it's going to get worked on every day. It's by Bent Creek. It's called Easter Cracker. It's from the Holiday Crackers. This one's Easter. And I'm sorry, see, this is how tiny this is. So this is the best that I can do. And I know it's staying blurry, but it's the Easter basket with a little chick. And it's got the alphabet around the edges. And this is where I am on it. I have converted it to DMC threads. And I know last time I tried to find what kind of floss it called for, but I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter. The only thing that's not DMC is this one, and it is from the Die is Cast, and they're out of Asheville, North Carolina. I don't even know if they're still in business. Quite frankly, I don't really remember where I got this hand-dyed floss from. Maybe like, you know, a group of floss on eBay or Listia or something like that. But so I've replaced, that's what I'm using here in the pink. It calls for road stitch on this right here in this color. I just did X's. That's the only, it has the square in every corner. That's the only one that it calls for a road stitch. And then the one in this corner is a different color. You can see in here it's like a yellow color or green or something. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do them all in pink, each corner. And they have you put a button over all of them. And like I said, this was the only one that called for the road stitch. So I don't really understand. You know, I guess there's a purpose and there's a reason. But it's over my head. So I'm doing them all in the same color. I'll sew a button on when I'm done in each square. But all the squares are going to be the same. Because it's mine and I can do that. And then I worked on the love of my life, this rooster. You know how I hated that teddy bear with the balloon last year or the year before? Yeah, I hate this rooster just like that. It's from crossstitching.com. It's a free pattern. You need to know the problem is not the pattern. The problem is not this rooster. The problem is I messed up. I'm too lazy to fix it. So I'm having to fudge it. And so that pisses me off every time I work on it. So I would have been better off to fix it. But no, I'm too stubborn to do that. I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to bitch about it the whole time, because that's how I work. So that's where I am. I'm sorry, it's hard to see the colors. They really are kind of bright. It's late in the evening and it's really overcast today, so it's not showing up good. But anyway, my mistakes are somewhere in here. I'm really hoping that some of this open space in here, some of it actually has colors that go in it, and some of it is part of what I messed up, and I'm going to have to go back in and just fill them in with something. Some of them, you know, they're there because I'm off on my count, and so things that have been done the right way near them then leave open spaces. But I'm hoping that once I get all of this filled in and I move on to his head and his tail, that I'll be done with the horribleness of what I've already done. Again, it is not the pattern. There is nothing wrong with the pattern. Everything that's wrong with this is me. It is all operator error. Okay. I'm so proud of myself because I kitted up a project and I'm doing Stitch from Stash. And I kitted this up today. This. And I did it all myself. All myself. What am I saying? I did it. Duh. Yeah. Yay me. I did it all by myself. I did it all from Stash. I'm sorry. Dax texted me and it popped up. And so now I don't even know what I'm saying. I did it all from Stash. This fabric, and it's just a natural or an oatmeal or something like that. Ada, probably about an 18 count if I had to guess. And if you watch Priscilla and Chelsea, because who doesn't, I hadn't watched them. I had heard everybody rave, and when I hear somebody talk about somebody else, I just go to their channel and I subscribe, and then they're on my list, and I'm horribly behind. And so I only watched them this past week. I binge watched them. And so I got caught up in everything, but I hadn't seen them before. I feel like I'm the only one. Anyway, in one of the videos, Chelsea shows what their fabric actually looks like when they use it. And I'm of the same frame of mind. I almost never start a project in the middle if I can get away with not starting it in the middle, because I feel like that wastes so much fabric. Obviously, I've used this one for a small, and I can fit 3 more smalls on this piece of fabric, which is what I'm going to do. Obviously, I'm going to fit this one on there. It calls for 1 week's dye works and general arts threads, but I've got a box with, like, where I've ordered, you know, bought like a Ziploc bag with 100 things of floss in it, and it might have 50 DMC and 50, who knows what they are. So I put the DMC in my box, and I, you know, on the cards and all in order and all of that, but the others I just throw in this other box. And I've got hand dyeds in that box and stuff too. So I went through there and pulled out what I'm going to work with for this. I don't think I'm going to do the border around it. I think I'm just going to do the May blooms and the flowers. This is from Bent Creek, and they call them snappers, because the middle of the flowers are made with snouts. I bought the pattern used off eBay. So I'm gonna, it didn't come with the snap, so I'm gonna put little black, I have some super tiny black buttons that I'll use. I'm just gonna use this brown for the letters. I have no idea what brand this is. It's one of those that, like I said, when I've ordered a bunch and it just says dark brown. But for the leaves, I have from the Die is Cast this green. I guess I'll show you. I can show you up against the fabric. It's called Spring. For this flower here, it calls for Old Red Paint. I'm going to use this one, which is by Mad X Stitcher. It's called Cherry Pie. It's got red and purple and gray in it. But I don't think she's dyeing floss anymore. For this other flower here, it's kind of brownish. And I really didn't want a brownish flower. So I'm going to use this. And it's another Mad X Stitcher called Fiesta. And then for the last flower, and I'd show you the pattern again, but I dropped it on the floor. This DMC 4073. Maybe. We'll see. I'm hoping it's going to show up okay on this fabric, but some of the lighter colors may not, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm thinking that some of these colors I can go ahead and use in this one too. This Lizzie Kate Grateful, Thankful, Blessed snippet. I know that the brown will be fine for the letters and the stick part, and we'll see about the leaves and stuff, what I think, after I get the May one finished up. But I'm really proud of myself for just picking colors and digging through what I had and going with that. I also for my birthday last year, my daughter and her boyfriend gave me some table runners. This was one of them. This is the fabric from it. It was a really long table runner. And so I finally cut it up, and it was enough to do 3 project bags. So I made this one today. This one is from one of the ends where it had, this end was already finished, so I just folded that up and stitched it. And this is just red bias tape that I put over the raw edge after I'd done that. And then this one was from another end. If I had been thinking, I would have used this one that had both raw edges to put this zipper on. I bought a whole bunch. It was just like a grab bag of zippers in different lengths and different colors, where the outside of them is like lace. And so I just put that on. The runner was finished on the back. It had lining, just a plain gray, but so this one, all zippers should be this easy to put in, y'all. Oh my gosh, you just sew it on, man. You don't have to worry about any of it. You sew it to the top side. It's just, yeah. And then this one I have not done yet. I haven't finished it yet. I only finished those 2, and then I got bored because that's how I work. But this one was from the middle, and it has both edges raw. So on the inside, I'll fold it under and run a stitch down it. But I folded it up towards this. Oh my gosh, and sewed it under the ribbon. I decided that since the fabric would be the same for 3 different project bags, I needed to do something to make them all look different. I also cut this one, but I haven't This table runner is going to be long enough. I cut out, it'll make 2 project bags. I have 2 pieces. And then it had a piece, this is the ends of both. I did it so that I would only have one end to seam. So the piece that was too short came out of the middle, or too much, the piece that was too long. But I hung on to it because this is like a perfect size for smalls, and it has a good variation of what's there. So I'll use that to back smalls or do something with later. But I haven't stitched on this one because I still have the gray thread in my sewing machine. So I'm going to finish that other one first. And really, that's it. That's what I have done. So I feel good about it. I have to admit that I have been on a site looking at fabric. Like, did I not just tell y'all how too much fabric I have? And then I'm over there looking at freaking fabric. What is wrong with me? Anyway, I didn't buy any yet. But I want to make some receiving blankets or something like that for my sister-in-law. I did the birth announcement for her, but the baby shower's March 3rd. The baby's not due until the middle of April, so I need to give her something before I can give her that. I do have some things that I'm going to print out and frame, but I thought I might want to make her a little receiving blanket or some bibs or something, which is why I was looking at the fabric, because of course her colors and theme, I don't have anything. Out of all the fabric I have, I don't have anything for that. Go figure. Okay, I guess that's it. I am going to keep working on my little bear until the 18th, which is next Sunday, because that's when my next new start comes along. I'm hoping above hope that I can get my little Easter thing finished and the rooster finished before the end of this month. I would absolutely love to be able to squeeze in 2 more finishes. And both of those are from my year of whips. And I do have to average more than 1 finish a month for my year of whips. The problem with that is the linen and threads piece is on my year of whips, and so is the Brooks Books Animal Advent, and I only have 2 of those animals done. So for at least those 2, I'm going to have to book it. But hey, if I can push hard right now then and get some stuff finished, I want to do that. And it also helps my Stitch from Stash budget greatly. Although I've been really good. I did buy a pattern today off eBay for $2.75, so I'll take it. That's, you know, I'm still doing really good on my budget, so. Now I guess I get to go cook dinner, because it's getting to be that time. And it's, like I said, it's cold outside. Or, I don't know, I recorded this before, so maybe I said it before and not now. It's cold outside, so we're having chicken and dumplings tonight, because I can't eat it in warm weather. So we have it a lot when it's cold. Oh, and maybe I didn't say that this time when I'm recording it. I did work on my socks, crochet on them a little bit, but they're out in the car, and I'm not going out in the cold to get them. I'm sorry. Especially because I know I've made like 5 rounds, and I haven't even gotten to the point of where I had ripped everything out before, so you wouldn't really notice. I stitch on them sometimes in the morning. I crochet on them on the way to work. I would do it on the way home, but it's dark, so then I just have to rip it out when I got here, I guess. Anyway, enough rambling. I hope y'all have had a great week. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you, that you get lots of stitching done or whatever else you enjoy. In that, I want to thank you for coming here. If you're new here, thank you. I hope you come back. If you're a regular, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you return. Thank you for likes, subscriptions, comments. I have gotten to some comments, and I'm trying to keep on top of that. I think when I put stuff in the description, I try to put links to my vlogs. I'll try to remember to check that. But you're more than welcome, obviously, to go hit up my blogs and look at them. I've actually updated them this weekend if you're somebody who's been there. The craft one, unless it's tvdesigns.blogspot.com. Unless you go back and look at old stuff, right now you're not really going to see anything that you haven't seen right here. But it goes back for years, so there is stuff to go look at. And the personal one is lifewithquads.blogspot.com. Pretty much everything you see there, you're not really going to see here. So if you have any interest in knowing about me, my life, or whatever outside of crafts, that's the one to go to. Anyway, my whole point in that is just that I finally updated, because it's been a long time on both of them. Once again, I am trying to do this year, so fingers crossed we can keep things going. So I guess that's it. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank you everyone for, like I said, the likes, the subscriptions, the comments, and just being here with me. I appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Thanks y'all. Bye.